Hello, good afternoon. My name is Elizabeth Booker, and I am the founder of Wealth from Little. I help people change the way they think about money so that they can start building wealth. And I am so excited to be with you today. I really am to be here on the Lifeline conference. I'm so blessed and honored that you invited me to join you. And today, we will be talking about business principles and the secrets of success. And this is for everyone, you budding entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs, already business owners, established business owners. If you would like to know how, the secrets that people use, that is available to each and every one of us so that we can actually build successful and profitable businesses. So how I work, I use biblical principles to help my clients change the way they think about money and so that they can build and establish profitable businesses. So in terms of principles, I want us to go back to in the beginning, when God called Adam, when God called Abraham, and he called them and he established them. And in Genesis chapter 1, he says that, verse 28, God says that God blessed them and he said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. And this was his commandment to Adam, right? He said, he blessed them. He said, be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth. So first, God already started the human race with the mandate that we should be successful. When he talks about blessing means he gives us certain authority. He gives us authority. A blessing empowers you to succeed. And blessing means it means that he's invoking favor on you. So you start off your business, you start off life, when you're starting it off with God, you know that he's blessed you to succeed and he's invoking favor. He's empowering you to prosper. He's empowering you to succeed. He's empowering you to excel, right? He's empowering you to increase and to multiply. And he's empowering you to rise above any setbacks that might hold you back. So you have the empowerment, but you have to now take it and put that empowerment into action. And then you start seeing the fruits of your labor. Okay. So first, I'm going to, if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes. So, that's great. So first, I'm going to start talking about some of the keys, right, to success. And you will see how you can use this mandate that we call to be blessed, and you can actually activate this for yourself, right? So first key to success is vision. You have to be able to see what you want. When God called Abraham, and he wanted him to leave his father's land, and he wanted him to go to where he was, an unknown land where he was going to send him. He told him to look at the stars, and if he could count it, that's how many children his descendants will be, right? When God called Moses, he wanted to take him into the promised land, he told him to look and see how far he could see, and that is the land that he would possess, or the children of Israel possess. So you need to be able to see into your future. So many of us predict our futures based on our past. So we've gone through struggles, we've gone through experiences, we've gone through, life experiences, we've gone through heartache, we've gone through pain, and therefore, we feel like, well, this will happen because that happened. So we think that, I'm not going to be able, I will be able to build a 7-figure business maybe in 15 years because that's usually how long it takes, or that's how long it took for other people, right? So you base your future based on the past, and that's normal, right? But when you're called and you're blessed, you are supposed to base your future on the future. You're supposed to predict it into the future. So you need to be able to see into your future. There's a phrase, I don't know the author, but it's very close to my heart, is what I see, I can achieve, right? If you can perceive it, then you can get it. Because what happens is when you can see something in your mind, then you're able to walk towards that. If you know something is possible for you, you're able to walk towards that. But what holds many of us back is we truly want something, but deep down in our hearts, we don't believe it's possible. We don't believe that it's possible for us to have the real desires that we have in our heart. And that's what holds us back and keeps us down. Because when you don't believe that it's possible, then you don't really walk towards that. You just walk towards what you think is possible, right? I hope that makes sense. So yes, vision is so important. And with vision, this next part about it is who you see yourself to be, your identity, right? So if you can see yes, excuse me. My beautiful daughter just came to join us. So if you can see your identity, who you see yourself to be, exactly, right? So that's your identity. So some people see themselves as sorry, she just dropped a couple of joy in my heart right now. Yeah. So if you see yourself to be someone who's successful, you see yourself to be someone who's a go-getter, you see yourself to be someone who can create things for themselves, or you see yourself to be a procrastinator, you see yourself to be someone, I never really get things done the way I want, or things never really happen for me. However you see yourself is the kind of person that you keep creating, right? So it's really important to see yourself as the person you want to become. It's okay that right now you don't have everything that you want, or you're not exactly where you want to be. That's perfectly fine, because that's how life's supposed to be. But you're not supposed to remain where you are right now. And therefore, to get to where you need to go, you need to keep your eyes on the future, on who you're becoming, right? So becoming is the key word. You need to keep your eyes on who you're becoming. And the next thing that I was going to talk about is the second key. So the first is vision. You need to be able to see where you're going and see yourself as the person who can achieve that. And that has nothing to do with strategy, has nothing to do with setting goals yet. It's just you and yourself in your house, wherever you are in your room, and being able to dream and see into your future and truly believe that that's possible for you, right? And that's really key, really key. The second thing is excellence. Okay, so beginning of this year, God gave me a word for myself, and he said this year would be my year of excellence. And starting the year, I was not excellent. I'm still not, right? But I was not excellent in many things. And I thought about it, and I was thinking to myself, okay, so I'm going to be excellent in my business. I'm going to be excellent in doing things that I'm supposed to do. But when, lockdown happened, and my children, I have two beautiful children whom I love so much, and a wonderful husband. So my children were home all the time, and I noticed I kept on doing the same activities over and over again, like the shoe basket that has all their shoes in it. They would tip it over and run away, tip it over and run away. And I would keep tidying it back, right? Or I would make my bed, and 2 minutes later, they'll jump into it and it will be untidy again. Or the toys all over the place, or food on the floor, and I'm sweeping, and then there's food on the floor. And at one point, I gave up. I said, you know what? I'm stopping. I'm just not doing anything again. And God said something to me at this point. And this is something that probably my mother has been trying to tell me ever since I was maybe 5. And I truly never wanted to listen. But, there's something different when God speaks to you than, a human being speaks to you, right? So God said something to me at this point that I need to be excellent at doing the mundane things. And I was like, but they're going to mess it up again. And he was like, I need to be excellent at doing the mundane things. So now I make my bed like 5 times a day. Ridiculous. But guess what? I'm not even fed up about it. I'm not even upset. I tidy up the shoe basket. I sweep my floor every day. And I try and keep my house tidy. Because, and I'm not saying this is for everyone, but it is for me, because where God is taking me to, and this might be for you too, because, you're an entrepreneur, you're building a business. And where God is taking us to, we are going to face a lot of repetitive actions. We're going to face a lot of mundane things that seem mundane, right? And we have to be comfortable doing the mundane, boring tasks so that we can get to the victory that he's taking us to. So right now I'm experiencing my home training, right? So he's training me that even if I'm sweeping the floor 5 times a day, I need to be happy and grateful and doing that. And not complaining, not doing it grudgingly, but with joy, with thanksgiving that I have the opportunity to do this job, that I have the opportunity to be able to, to clean up after my kids or clean my home and keep my home tidy. So the secret to your success is found in your daily activities. And that's something that John Maxwell said. And I may be paraphrasing, but he said that. And it's so true, because what you do every day in your private time, in your home where no one can see you, will dictate what will happen for you in public. It will dictate the results that you'll be able to exhibit in public. So when no one is watching, how do you compose yourself? How do you treat other people? How do you treat your family members, your loved ones, right? Those that you say you love. And most importantly, how do you treat yourself? We are our number one client. We are our number one client. So if you say you're going to treat your business owners, your business clients, your customers with respect, with integrity, do you treat yourself with integrity? Do you treat yourself with respect? You can't give what you don't have, right? So now, if you say you're going to do something, for example, you say you're going to do something next week, you're going to write an article, make a phone call, whatever it is for your business, for example, or for yourself. Do you stick to it or do you not do it? And when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, that builds up mistrust in yourself. So like you get into the point where you don't even trust yourself to do what you said that you're going to do. And if you don't trust yourself, how are you going to trust other people? You'll see that these things creep into your business because you will start realizing that you're second guessing people. They tell you, oh, I'll do this on that. And you're thinking, but will you? No, you're not thinking about people. You're just projecting. You're thinking about yourself because you wouldn't do those things. And the truth is that the people that gravitate towards us are usually very similar to us in some way. So if you lack integrity towards yourself, you lack love towards yourself, you lack trust, you don't trust yourself, you don't keep your word to yourself, and you are your most important and first client, then it will be so much more harder for you to do this for other people. Bible talks about, God blessing us with little. And if you're faithful with little, you'll be faithful with much, right? As we're starting off this business journey, we need to be faithful with little. We need to be faithful with what we have. The first client we have is ourselves. Be faithful to yourself. Be faithful to the vision God has given you. Act on it excellently. And excellence doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be perfect. It just means that you do the things that you're supposed to do well, right? It just means you do the things you're supposed to do well. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. You're writing an article, just write it. You write it well. And this is something that I'm learning. We're all on a journey, right? We're all on a journey. You never stop learning, right? You can never stop learning. Once you stop, it's usually close to the end. Yeah. Okay. So excellence is so important and it's so key. And it's important that you demand excellence of yourself, because your life will only grow as much as you have grown. And that's the same for everything. Your relationships will only grow as much as you've grown, and your business will only grow as much as you have grown. If you want your business to be big, that means that you need to be big inside. You need to demand excellence of yourself constantly, every day. Excellence is and success is the price for success is paid way in advance. It's not paid in the future when you're making loads of money. It's paid now, when nobody's watching, when you're all alone, when you have no clients, when it's just you, when things are hard. The price of success is paid now, and it's paid every day. There's no days off. You have no days off. It's paid, and you have to pay it in full. You have to pay it in full. So when already now, we have a vision for ourselves, right? You know where you're supposed to go. You've changed the way you look at yourself. So you see yourself, yeah, I'm a successful business person, even if it doesn't seem like that right now. But you see yourself, I'm a successful business woman, right? Okay. And now you're demanding excellence of yourself. So you have to do the things that will get you there. God has already empowered you to succeed, but you need to take the action. You need to take the action to get there. If you sit down waiting for a miracle to drop, just in case, maybe you might win the lottery. Likelihood that you wouldn't, right? Like the odds are so high, so low rather, that you would win it. So you need to demand excellence of yourself, and it's an inside job. It's an inside job. And when I say it's an inside job, it has to do with what you believe to be true. One of my favorite authors, Terry Saville Foy, she said something, and she said, don't be average and your life won't be average. And she also said, don't be average and your relationships will be average. Don't be average and your business won't be average. Don't be average and your finances won't be average. Don't be average and your life won't be average. Pursue excellence and success will pursue you. That's Terry Foy. And that's the truth. If you choose to do average things, even though you have the empowerment to succeed, you will get average results. To get extraordinary results, you have to be extraordinary. And this is where it's a level playing field. We all have the Spirit of God in us. We are all spirits, right? And in flesh. So we all have the ability to seek to be excellent in our fields. In our fields, we're all unique. We have our own unique skills. We have our own unique talents. We have our unique talents, and those are natural abilities that we all have. But our skills are things that we can improve and we can build up. So you have your talents and you can build up your skill. And if you have no talent, you can still build your skill. And that just takes time and sacrifice and effort, right? Time, effort, and energy. Yeah, and sacrificing your time and effort. Okay, the next key to success is so important as well. It's your environment. You need to place yourself in a place where you can flourish. The Bible talks about the story about the good soil and the bad soil. There was a sower who was sowing seed, and he sowed in good soil, he sowed in rocky soil, he sowed in bad soil, he sowed in all types of soil. And those that were rocky, it didn't germinate. In the soil that was good, it flourished, right? So you need to be planted in good soil. And when I say good soil, because why do you need to be planted in good soil? I'll tell you first. When a seed is planted, first thing that happens is that it dies. It dies and then it grows, and it grows into this beautiful plant, right? But when it's growing, it takes time. My daughter, I wish I brought the plant in here. Yeah? My daughter's planting sunflower seeds. She also planted a beanstalk as well, right? But she's planting sunflower seeds. And when we planted it, it took a long time for her to see for it to sprout. And as it started sprouting, it was taking a while. And then next thing so it took about maybe a week for it to sprout. And then in like 2 days, it shot up. It shot up super fast. And then it slowed down a bit again, and then it shot up super fast. Yeah. Now, what does that have to do with your success? First, you need good soil. That's your environment. Then you're planted in good soil, right? And then when you're planted in good soil, first, you're going to die. And then you're going to grow. And in the beginning, it's going to take some time. And then the success will catapult so quickly that people will think you're an overnight success, but you're not. Okay. And so in terms of good soil, what that means is your environment. You need to be around people who are going where you're going, people who will motivate you to go where you're going, leaders and people who have already been successful. And it's okay. It's okay if you have no access to them, especially now that we're in lockdown. You can read their books if they have books online. You can read their books. You can listen to their podcasts. You can watch them on YouTube. You could sign up for their courses. You could pay for them to mentor you that way. You could invest in yourself in that way. You don't always have to be with them physically. You just need to be listening and absorbing, putting yourself in an environment that is going to make you flourish, because you're going to die. And what that means is that your environment is going to influence you. The people around you, you're going to absorb a little bit of them, just like the seed is going to absorb the soil and it's going to help it germinate, right? You're going to be absorbing a little bit of your environment. So you need to make sure that you plant yourself. And this is subconscious, so you don't even necessarily know it. So if you have friends who are extremely negative and you say to yourself, oh, okay, she's negative, but it's all right. It's all right. It's not all right, because at some point you start noticing, when you start thinking, you might not notice, but if you do pay attention to your thoughts, you might start noticing that you think, oh, actually, I don't think I can do that. Where did that come from? Right? Or you may start thinking, this might never work. I'm just going to go back to bed. I'm just not feeling it today. I'm really tired. I really don't think I can do it today. I can't do my business today. I can't get up and go to, I'm just tired or late. Those kind of thoughts will come in. And as I explained in the last point, success requires payment in full, in advance, every day. So you need to make sure that you're in that environment, because it's so much easier when you're in an environment with friends who are going in the right place. And all of you here listening on this in this Lifeline conference are so blessed, because now you're a community of people all going in the same direction, right? And when you're talking to each other, you're able to encourage and push each other and get ideas. You get ideas and accountability so that you keep moving forward. Because one thing about your brain is that it loves what's familiar. So if you've always been doing something, it's going to be so much easier for you to continue doing that thing. And if that thing is not something that's going to push you towards success, you need to find a way to break free from that. And that's painful. And that's why we need to replant you into a brand new soil where it's easier for you to not think the way that you used to think anymore, or not do the things that you used to do, not do the things that's going to sabotage your success, right? So that's that's your environment. And another part of your environment is also what you see around you. So in your house, do you see a lot of clutter? Is there like loads do you like just look around your house right now? And it doesn't matter where you're living, right? You don't doesn't matter where you're living. This applies for every type of abode, right? Just look at your house right now and how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel peaceful or stressed? Peaceful or stressed? Does it make you feel like, yeah, I can do some work? Or are you thinking, oh, I need to clean the dishes. Oh, I can see I need to sweep the floor. Oh, I can see the cushions are untidy. I need to fix that. Oh, I need to dust. What is your environment telling you? So you need to check that. Make sure that you're in an environment that's going to push you, push you to where you need to be. So if your dishes need to be cleaned, make sure you clean them, right? Don't just leave them there distracting you. And then, when you like open your closet, like how do you feel when you put in your clothes? And I'm not telling you to buy fancy clothes, but just like literally what you have. Is it torn? Does it have holes? Or are they, worn out? Or do they need to be ironed? Do they need to be sewn back? What, based on what you have, can you, like, based on what you have already, how can you make it so that, you're comfortable and enjoying it and you're feeling empowered to keep moving forward based on what you have right now, knowing that you're going to have more, right? And the next part of your environment is also like what you listen to and what you watch. It's so easy right now, especially, and this, I'm talking from experience again, to just sit down and relax and be like, okay, I'm going to watch some TV because I need to relax. And then you watch TV and there's a lot of stuff on TV, right? So you watch it, you know that this doesn't sit well in your spirit because you can feel it. You can feel it in your spirit, right? But you keep watching it. And as you watch it, it becomes more comfortable. Okay. But it's polluting you. It's polluting you and it's taking you away from who you need to be. And it's planting, because once you've seen something, you can't unsee it, right? And it's planting new ideas in your mind. And are these the ideas that you want for yourself? So you need to be checking what you're listening to and what you're watching. That's really part of our internal environment, and that helps us. And so that's number 3, environment. So the fourth key to success, the fourth secret to success is to establish yourself and eliminate your competition. Establish yourself and eliminate your competition. I'm going to explain both of them, okay? Before you think I'm a sniper. Okay, so establishing yourself. Now, we're all in business. And in business, we're here to make money. God has called us to be fruitful, to multiply, to dominate, right? To fill the earth. So in your particular business, whatever you're doing, you have things that are completely unique to you. The difference between your business and any other business is you. Even if you have the same exact business as someone else, and I know many people who do the similar things that I do, but there's a big difference because they are not me. They don't speak the way I speak. They don't talk the way I talk. They don't have my experiences. They don't have my life experiences. And I infuse my life experiences into my business because it's about me. So when we're talking about eliminating your competition, it's fully accepting who you are and infusing that into your business. And for a long time, I used to live separate lives. Oh my goodness. I used to live separate lives. And I had my spiritual life, which was on Sundays. I had my work life, which was 9 to 5. And I had my Netflix and chill life in the evening, going out with friends. And they were all completely different. And I never wanted to talk about my my relationship with God at work. I never wanted to talk about my success in my job with my friends. I was just compartmentalizing, right? Yeah, in different ways, and that's so mind-boggling. But and I understand that as an employee, if you have to do that, I understand that because you're working under someone else's vision, right? But where the beauty is as entrepreneurs, as business owners, is that we decide the vision, we decide the direction, and we are the decision makers. So we can decide who we are and who we work with, right? And there's a lot of fear that comes up. Well, if I really reveal myself, I will lose out on business here, there, and in some other places, right? And I thought that too. And when I started my business, I, tried to, separate myself again. And I found out, and God revealed it to me that what makes you unique is everything about you. And what makes you unique is everything about you too. And when you fully get to the place where you truly understand who you are, what you're called to do, your purpose, and who you are called to serve, then you will fully embrace all the things about you, flaws and all, right? As you are, growing and expanding and improving yourself. And as you do that and you infuse that into your business, you eliminate the competition because no other business has you. No other business can be you. No other business is what, has you as the owner. So it's not about copying other people and their style and what they're doing. It's truly, truly believing that you were created exactly the way you are for a time like this, for the people that you are called to serve. And as you truly embrace that, it's so much easier for you to define your niche, your area of dominance, and to be able to focus on that area of dominance. The Bible says that a double-minded man will gain nothing from the Lord, right? So you need to be able to focus, but it's hard to focus when you don't fully, accept yourself. So as we do that, then you focus on that one thing that God is calling you to do, that one thing, and you do it excellently and perfectly, better than anyone else. And then you become a leader in that market. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen, right? And then you become a household name. And you know many household names, right? And you always start with one. And of course, as you've started with one, you can also grow. After you've established yourself, you can then grow and add more things to your business. That's fine. But when you're starting out, you need to be able to focus on one thing. I know for many of us entrepreneurs, we have like a billion ideas, right? A billion ideas. And we're thinking, oh, I think this is a great idea. This is a great idea. God has blessed us to be multi-passionate. We are so passionate about so many things. And that is a beautiful thing, truly is. But we need to be able to focus on one thing at a time and make that excellent. Right. So really, in this case, I truly believe that less is more. Less is so much more. And after you establish yourself in that particular venture, then you can expand to other ventures, right? Okay, and then so that's number 4. So, and then number 5 is, pardon me, I'm reading my notes, to be evergreen. And that has to do with, you know the okay. Have you seen that plant, the evergreen plant? Yeah. Have you seen it before? It's always green. It's ridiculous, right? In the summer, in the winter, it's always green. It's always green. Springtime, it's always green. And what I mean by being evergreen for yourself is you you need to have some kind of emotional balance. So as an entrepreneur, we are going to face so many ranges of emotion, right? We are going to face times of extreme happiness. We're going to face times of extreme heartbreak. We're going to face obstacles, adversity. We're going to face self doubt, fear. We're going to face so many things, like some of the other speakers have mentioned in this conference. But we need to be able to encourage ourselves. We need to be able to remain positive and hold on to that vision that we had in the first step and that identity that we have of ourselves, right? And keep pushing towards that. And when those thoughts and those discouraging thoughts come in, we need to be able to tear them down. We need to be able to tear them down and completely dismantle them. Because if you do, like, what you truly believe is where your life is going to go. As what your core beliefs lead your actions. They say that by their fruits, the Bible says that by their fruits you will know them, right? So really, and the fruits are based on your core beliefs, what you truly believe to be true about yourself, what you truly believe to be true about your situation. So you need to remain positive, right? Your words truly direct your life. So check your language. Check your language. Words like I can't, it kind of just like, have you really, can you not? Is that true? Is that completely true? Or I don't know. That just kind of slams the door shut on you ever knowing anything, or you're like, I don't know. So you need to check your language. What are you saying to yourself? What are you telling yourself? Because in one sense, human beings, we are meaning-making machines. So we see something and we decide what it means. It can mean anything and we just decide what it means, right? You see the sky is gray, you decide that it's going to rain. And that's because you've seen the sky gray before and it rained. I'll tell you a quick story. Yesterday we were outside and I told my daughter that it's going to rain because I saw the sky was gray, right? And it didn't. And she said, well, it didn't rain. So why did you say I couldn't go outside? So yeah, we predict the future based on the past. And we are always doing that. We are always predicting the future based on the past. So you need to check what is inside. And that's based on how we feel and what we believe to be true. If you believe that, when the sky is gray, it's going to rain, that's what's going to happen. And then you say it, you decree it, you declare it, and then it happens that way, right? For you. So you need to be able to constantly be positive and say exactly what you want. I heard a quote of an American pastor called Stephen Furtick, and he said, after you say anything, say the words, and that's the way I want it. I think, yeah, and that's the way I want it. Yeah, something like that. I may be paraphrasing. And I think that's so great because just say, oh, I don't know how to do it, and that's the way I want it. I don't know how to fix my business, and that's the way I want it. Like, really, is that is that really what you want? No. And I think when you say those words, it kind of puts in perspective that actually, what am I saying? What am I decreeing into my life, into my future? It's not what I want. So if it's not what you want, then don't say it's what you want, right? Great. Okay. So it's important that we, watch our words and remain positive. Even out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So remain positive inside. And And that is, it doesn't just happen overnight. It's actually a muscle. You can learn how to be positive. It's not, I'm not just telling you to just pray and be, it's a practice. It doesn't happen overnight. It actually, you need to practice it. You need to notice when you're pay attention to what you're thinking. Notice when you're saying something in your mind that is not in alignment with God's will for your life, and stop it there. You have to actually intentionally take action on your life and grab your pull yourself into the future that you want, not just allow yourself to go with the flow and end up in any future, right? So that's really important. And then the next thing is really expand your goals. So number 6, expand your goals, stretch yourself. We will remain comfortable if you don't stretch yourself. And that happens for everyone. And as you stretch yourself, you keep, it's constant. You have to keep on stretching yourself. And that's the key to one of the, secrets of success, of successful people, is that they set goals that stretch them a little bit out of their comfort zone. Because nothing great happens where you're comfortable. And just check yourself, find out if you feel comfortable right now with what you're doing, or do you feel like it's a bit of a stretch? It's a bit of a stretch. I'm not sure, but I believe I can do it. And as you do that, you start moving yourself towards that place. And you find out that you could actually, you're way more powerful than you give yourself credit for. So make goals for yourself. Make goals for your future. Good exercise that you can do is just take a moment, 5 seconds, close your eyes, and just picture yourself 6 months into the future. It's December 2020. What do you want? Right. And write it down. Where do you want to be? Write it down. You can do this for the next 5 years, next 10 years, where you want to be. Just write it down. And write it down every day. Pick your top 3 goals and work towards that. Don't maybe you might have 50 goals for yourself. Great. But don't work on all of them at the same time, right? Just pick enough that you can handle so that you don't get overwhelmed. Right? Because feeling overwhelmed is an indication. It's an indication. It's not a reason to shut down. It's just like a button, like a warning button going off in our heart that we've taken on too much, right? So that's all feeling overwhelmed is. So just take a set number of goals, maybe 2, 3, and just walk towards those. Walk towards those. Write them out every day. Write them out every day. Yeah, like with pen and paper. Write them out every day and see yourself accomplishing them. Then break them up. Break them up into smaller steps and what you're going to do today to move closer to your goal. And do that every day. It doesn't have to be big things. They can be tiny things that you do today. But make a decision that you're going to do that and keep your promise to yourself, because you're building integrity in your word and you're building trust with yourself. You're building trust that you're going to do what you say you're going to do, because you are your number 1 client and you're your best client. So treat your best client well, right? Okay, so stretch your goals, stretch yourself, put some goals down, write them on paper and write them out every day. Keep moving towards them, pray over them, pray over your goals so that, and let God minister to you. And obviously, if you find that you're out of alignment with any of your goals, you can change them. It's not set in stone. You can change them, right? Okay, so the next point is to go the extra mile. Now you've got your vision. Step 1, you know where you want to be. You know it's possible for you to get there. You know that it's you know who you are. You've created a new identity based on your future, not based on who you were yesterday, because that person is gone, right? And if you want more of yesterday, then just keep looking at yesterday, right? But if you want more of who you want to be, you look at who you're becoming. Now we've checked our environment, who we're hanging out with, who we're listening to, what we're watching, what we're hearing, what we're wearing, how we're feeling. We check all of that, make sure that we're all in the right environment, in the right soil that will cause us to germinate and actually grow and like shoot up, so that it seems like we're overnight superstars when we know that we are not. We know we've been working it out. And then we become evergreen. We align our core beliefs, what we truly believe in our heart, to be true with the word of God, right? We truly align it, and we believe that it's possible for us. And that's not easy. That's not easy. You need to do the work to get you to that place where you truly believe without a doubt that what God promised for you is true. That He promised that you can be successful. In Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18, He said He's giving you the ability to create wealth. So you need to believe that that's true for yourself. If you don't believe it's true, that's fine. But then don't complain if it doesn't happen for you. Right? So you need to check your heart and do the work to make sure that what you believe is true. How do you do the work? You read the word and you speak the word. You speak what you want to see. And you speak it over and over every day. Every day, you speak it over and over. I have a bunch of reminders on my phone reminding me to say and speak and decree and declare what I want in my life. And it's not easy to keep on to do it all the time. There's something when you start a new activity, it always like seems new and exciting. But after you do a couple of times, it becomes mundane, right? It becomes mundane. But excellence demands that you get comfortable with the mundane. And you do it all the time with joy and thanksgiving, right? And then you write down your goals, expand yourself, stretch yourself a little bit, push yourself towards where you'd like to go. And the next point number 7 is you have to take the extra mile, right? Do the extra work, read the extra hour, study the extra book, go for the extra course. Do the extra work, the work that ordinary people would not do, because you are extraordinary. So you will do the extra that people wouldn't do. When everyone is at home, sleeping in bed, comfortable, you're awake, you're doing the work, you're studying, you're reading, you're praying. Where God is taking you to demands that you put in the time investment, the money investment, the energy investment in yourself now, so that you can get to where He's calling you to be. And as you do that, you will start seeing the rewards. Teresa Valfoy said that people are rewarded in public for what they do in private, right? People are rewarded in public for what they do in private. And for me, what that means is, you want a big reward, you need to do big things. You want a big reward, you need to be doing big things now, that when no one can see. You need to be studying more, you need to be pushing more, you need to be in any area, whatever your business is, and in your personal life, pushing yourself for excellence. And excellence is not perfection. Perfection is you can never achieve perfection, so don't chase it. Excellence is progress. Excellence is just doing the little things well. And investing in yourself. Investing in yourself, because you can only grow, your business can only grow as much as you can grow. And so really now is the time for you to come up higher and exit average. Remember, I shared a quote just a few minutes ago, that if you want if you want an average life, then you can be an average person. If you want an extraordinary life, you must be an extraordinary person. Right? All right, good. So my last point is you need to be sowing seeds and not needs. So many people I speak to tell me, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need to, I need to, I need to. Okay. So we know you need to do a bunch of things, right? What are you going to do about it? They're like, oh, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till things are better. Then I will be able to do what I want to do. I understand that we all need things. I do. Even I need things, right? But when we want God to bless what we're working on in our business, we need to be sowing seeds and not needs. Right? Does that make sense? The Bible says that God has given seed to the sower. So he's giving you everything that you need to sow anyway. So when you believe that you don't have enough to sow in yourself, I don't have enough time. That's the most important one. Oh, I need time to study and prepare for my business. I need time, but I don't have enough time. That's not true. It's a lie that is in your heart, and you need to check your core beliefs again. Yeah, check your values. What do you truly value? Maybe you value sleep more than your business. I don't know. I'm just saying. But you need, for example, you say, I need the time to do this, and I don't have the time, so I will do it when I need more, when I have more time. That's fine if that's where you want to be. But for those of us that want to be extraordinary, you cannot be sowing needs, because God's not going to bless needs. He's going to bless seeds. And that your seed is your time. Your seed is your energy, your effort. Your seed is your money. If you're you're building a business and you need to invest time in studying, you need to find the time. We all have 24 hours. Nobody gets more. You find the time to study what you need to study. You find the time to pray when you need to pray. You find the time and the effort, the energy to do what you need to do. You find the money to start, to buy the inventory that you need to buy for your business. There's always seed for the sower. It might not be huge seed. It might be small. You might only have 5 minutes a day. You might only have just a little bit of money, but you can sow that. Genesis chapter 26, verse 12, God talked about during the time of famine. Yeah, during the time of famine, God blessed Isaac. Isaac planted. So it says during the time of famine, Isaac planted, and I will be paraphrasing, okay? Isaac planted crops and he reaped 100-fold, and God blessed him and he became rich, and God continued, and his riches continued to grow until he became very wealthy. So the time of famine was already a time of lack. Right? There was already scarcity. There was not enough in the land already. And Isaac planted his seed with the expectation. You don't plant when you don't expect it to grow, because that's energy, effort, money. That seed cost him money, right? That seed cost him energy. So you don't plant when you don't expect things to grow. So he expected that he was going to reap and harvest. He didn't know how much, but he expected he would reap something, because he knew that he was blessed, and he knew he was blessed. He knew he would reap. So by faith, he planted, and then he reaped 100-fold in the same year. And after that, his wealth continued to grow until he became very wealthy. Now, the blessings of God was on Isaac, and it's also on me, and it's also on you. But he's going to bless what you plant, what you sow. And sowing seeds is not going to get needs, is not going to get blessings. You might get a miracle here and there, because God loves us all. But that hundredfold blessing, that hundredfold harvest, it's not going to come from sowing needs. You need to find a way to sow the seed to get what you want. And you already know what that is. You know what God is calling you to because you've seen it in step one. You've seen your vision. You've seen the future. You know what you are. You know what your God is calling you to be. And ultimately, and God is telling all of us, ultimately, the secret to your success is in you. It's not in the strategies. And those strategies are great. It's good. They're good to have strategies, but good strategies without knowing truly who you are and tapping into you is pointless. It's pointless. And so the secret of your success is in you. It's already in you. God is in you, and He's given you the ability to create wealth, right? He's giving you the ability to create wealth. You need to be able to believe that and work from that point of that place. Don't know if there are any questions. Yeah, let's check if the chat box is working. Yes, that is the comes to the end of my talk. And just to round up, I would say, what could stop us? What could stop us from, or what would stop you from your success? Just take a moment and think about that. What would stop me from achieving my goals? What would stop me from achieving what I want to achieve? And as you think about that, I want you to know that whatever comes up for you, if it's fear, if it's doubt, if it's money, if it's time, if it's support, if it's accountability, if it's ideas, whatever that comes up for you, I want you to know that it's your duty to uncover why that's going to stop you and to see how you can walk through that, to remove that obstacle. If time is going to stop you from achieving your goals, it's your duty to find out why. And then from that place, you're able to remove it. If fear is going to stop you, it's your duty to find out why. Why is fear going to stop you? And then remove it. For most of us entrepreneurs, our biggest obstacle is us. We are our biggest roadblock. And we are also the secret of our success. So just want to encourage you, what separates winners from winners from, I would say, whiners. From whiners, there's actually a book called Winners and Whiners, right? What separates winners from whiners is what we truly believe to be true. And I want to encourage you to really decide what you want to be true for yourself. And you get to decide that. Even if you thought something else was true before, you get to truly decide what you want to believe. And as you decide what that is, you get to act from that. I choose to believe that I'm a successful businesswoman. And you can be too. Well, businessman or business lady, depending on who you are. It's been a pleasure being here with you. Big honor. I want to thank Daniel and the whole Pegaton team for inviting me to share with you guys today. I'm truly blessed, and I hope you have been also. Thank you so much. I am honored and blessed to have been able to share these secrets with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or any of the Pegaton team. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a great day.